Hello, I'm Bethany from Bethany Wellness. Join me for this fall yoga snack. Hello everyone, I'm so glad you could join me today for this fall yoga snack. This will be a short practice that hopefully you can participate outside like I am. If you're in a mild weathered fall day, please join me outside. Otherwise, you can be inside maybe looking out to beautiful scenery from your window. The only thing we'll need today for today's practice is a block. And let's begin lying down. So just come to lying, have your feet on the mat with your knees bent. And if you're outside, take a few moments to gaze up, looking at the sky or looking at the trees, taking some nice deep breaths. If you're indoors, just connect to your breath and your space. Letting your belly rise and fall with your breath. Just inviting the season of change. When the seasons change, it's like an invitation for us to just think about in our life inviting change, whatever that looks like. Rather than fighting change, invite it, embrace it. Today's practice will be focusing on waking up our core, strengthening our core. So let's begin with the block. Place the block in between your thighs. And if you don't have a block, you can feel free to use a pillow. Just squeeze on the pillow. And from here, just squeezing on the block. So give a little squeeze, a constant squeeze, so we're not letting go of the block, we're not letting the block fall. And then make sure that your back is connected to the mat, so you might need to tilt the pelvis up a little bit. Begin to connect to breath here, so letting the belly rise and fall. But think about when you're inhaling, letting the belly fill up like a balloon. So there's some little bit of a extra pressure as you inhale, and then as you exhale, releasing down, so kind of squeezing a little bit as you exhale. And you can stay right here for this first variation as you take your breaths, or you can lift your feet up to an imaginary table, keeping the back still connected to the mat, arms draw by sides for support. And here you can also think about connecting to the inhales and the exhales, letting the belly rise and fall. You can stay right here, or third variation would be bringing hands to heart center and flowing with breath with some dynamic movement. So if you're choosing the third variation, inhale as you lift the feet up towards the sky and bring connected palms overhead. Holding here. Inhale, connect it back in. Bring the feet back to your table, bring the hands to heart center. Again, exhale, bring the arms overhead, lift the feet up. Hold here. Inhale, bring it back in. 3 more. You can join me for 3 more, or you can take one of the other variations. Exhale for 3. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale for 4. Bringing arms overhead, bringing those feet up, squeezing on the block. Inhale, bring it in. Last one. Exhale for 5. I got a little nature biting me today in my pose. And then inhale, bring it back in. And from here, rock forward and back. So begin to connect the hands to the tops of your legs and just rock. And here, see if you can rock up to a seated pose. All right, now coming into tabletop. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Coming into table, curl the toes. And from here, lift your knees up off of the mat. So we're hovering here. You can stay right here, or you can try to reach right arm to the front and hold, and come back to center. You can reach left arm to the front and hold, come back to center. So you can flow here, alternating. Breath is very important. Let me explain the breath. Exhale as you reach. Inhale, then bring the knees back down. Exhale, lift the knees up and reach. Bring the hand back. Inhale, release the knees down. Exhale, lift up and reach. Inhale, bring the knees back down. And you can also do this without the hand movement. So exhale, lift the knees up. Inhale, release the knees down. Exhale, lift the knees up. Inhale, release the knees down. One more. Exhale, knees up. Inhale, release down. From here, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Just give it a little bit of movement here. You can lift the heels up and down a few times. You can pump the legs and feet. And then shift forward. Come into high plank. Wrists are under shoulders. Just wiggle around a little bit to find your space. Nice flat back. Then from here, lower the knees down. Rise them back up. Lower the knees down on an inhale. Exhale, come into high plank. One more. Lower the knees down. Exhale, high plank. Hold here. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Shift forward, high plank. Lower the knees down. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, lower the knees down. Exhale, high plank. One more here. Lower the knees down, inhale. Exhale, high plank. And then come into downward facing dog. Release your knees to the mat, tabletop. Let's go through some cow-cat breaths to stretch out our core. So just feeling a little bit of that opening here. Inhale for cow pose, exhale for cat, tucking and rounding. Just waking up more of the core muscles, but also stretching them out. Let's do one more of each. One more cow, inhale. Exhale, tuck and round into cat, pressing through palms, gaze back. And then exhale into a child's pose. Sink hips to heels, bring your forehead to rest. You can soften the arms here if it feels better to have the elbows a little soft, a little bent. Begin to find your letting go in this pose. This is how we will close our practice today. So just think about surrendering here to this moment, being present here. Think about letting go of anything that interferes with you being present. Also think about letting go of anything interfering with you embracing change, embracing a change in season or something that might be changing in your life. Let go of the temptation to fight it. Inhale the idea of embracing the change. A couple more nice deep breaths, letting your belly really fill up. And as you exhale, let it release. And on your last two breaths, take a nice breath in and exhale with a sigh. One more. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Very good. Then rise up to table. Find a comfortable seat. I thank you so much for joining me today for this brief yoga snack. I hope you enjoy your fall season or this season of change in your life. We'll end with Namaste. The teacher in me honors the teacher in you. Namaste. Be well.